Yo, on the ball spreads prediction show come to you live on May 4th, Money Making Monday, where we cash out on the books. We get to start early on our week and we take the profits. Guys, just to review what we did on Sunday, took a break, wasn't out there, didn't drop any videos, didn't drop any plays. I did sprinkle a little bit on the Toronto Raptors plus 8.5. I was surprised by that loss, not surprised at all by the Pistons blowing out the Magic. And then sprinkled a little bit on the Rangers. Leiter played a great game. They just couldn't get the bats on the ball. So only 2 bets out. Didn't go my way, but I didn't have much leverage on it. And we didn't put it out as premiums, just a free play in the free community. Tried to cash, guys. That's pretty much how Sunday went. But we went big and heavy on Saturday, cashing our 10-unit max on the Philadelphia 76ers. Absolutely cashed on baseball. We had the Tigers. We were all over the books that day, guys. It was a really solid day. Cashed a couple nice parlays on soccer. Also cashed a little bit out of MLB. So really solid Saturday. Excited to get going here on Money Making Monday. We're going to cover NBA. This is our best bets today for NBA. And first up, it is the Philadelphia 76ers going into Madison Square Garden, where the Knicks have been fucking untouchable all year. But look, I can't fade the 76ers here getting plus 7.5. Joel Embiid has looked like one of the best players in the league since coming back from his injury. I know he's fired up. I know he got banged up a little bit at the end of that Boston game. But look, the reason why I leaned Boston, or I leaned the Sixers from the jump, my very first loss in the playoffs was that opening game, plus 13.5 against the Celtics, where they got blown out by 20. I thought that they matched up really well with the Celtics. And I think the same thing here with the Knicks, especially with Embiid healthy. He matches up really well with Towns. They have similar movements, but Embiid is just a little bit more fluid in the way he scores the ball. Karl Anthony Towns can be a little goofy. He can really make some, I hate to say it, like guard like he tries to play like a guard sometimes and doesn't have the coordination to do it. Joel Embiid doesn't really play that. You know, he's either going to take his spot up shot or he's going to take you to the block and beat you with a drop step or a hook. And I think that's he can excel at that game better than Towns can, in my opinion. Then you have the 3 guard combo, which I think outweighs the Knicks 3 guard combo. I think the best player on the floor is probably Jalen Brunson, but Tyrese Maxey is not far behind. And then you got Edgecombe and Paul George right behind OG Anunoby, Miles Bridges, and Josh Hart. Like, Josh Hart is a great defender, a great rebounder of the ball, but I'm not sold that he's that significantly better than anybody. I don't believe they have a great scorer option. I think Edgecombe and George outweigh the scoring options in Bridges, Anunoby, and Josh Hart. That's my opinion. Guys, plus 7.5. I'm going to go that side. I like the 76ers a lot. I wouldn't be surprised to see this go to a game 7. I really wouldn't. I don't think the Knicks are going to have answers every single night for the Sixers team. They're definitely going to get their wins. There's not going to be a sweep in this series. But I think what we see is this line come down a little bit. I wouldn't be surprised to see this line at minus 4.5 after the 76ers keep this within a possession. Even if they lose tomorrow, I think it's within 2 to 3 points. So plus 7.5, I want the 76ers. I want the action on this game. Excited for it. That's where we're going to go. Give me the 76ers, guys. And we'll be back on Money Monday to go over some player props, see where we have some value here on Blowout Alert, take a look at the hit rates, see if what it's saying is true, that, you know, Maxey's got great value on his rebounds. I mean, the man just had 11 rebounds the other day. That's crazy for Maxey. And then 2, 10, 2. Like, if you were to take him for either of those, that's big time plus money. But we'll dive into this tomorrow on Money Making Monday, guys. Best player prop bets. Just tune in for the live at 5. All right. Into the next game. We're going to the Timberwolves, Spurs. Timberwolves getting plus 13.5. This is one of those lines you kind of got to move early on. The upset meter is only at 16. This is weighing heavy on the Spurs side of things, and I kind of have to agree. But at the same time, 13.5 is a lot to lay in a playoff game. I know that the original line for the Blazers in round 1 opened up, I believe, at 11.5. And, you know, Spurs took care of them that first game. I think this Minnesota Timberwolves team, they have great defense. They can still score the ball pretty well, but it just boils down to Julius Randle and Jaden McDaniels. Like, if Dasamunu and Edwards sit out, I'm not sure this team has the firepower to keep up with them. You know, I just don't. I'm not comfortable laying 13.5 in an opening round game. I love the Spurs. I've got them to win the NBA championship. I really do. but I still think that they've got some really good young talent on here from Nas Reed. You know, this Terrence Shannon Jr. showed he could play ball just the other day. Mike Conley has always been a staple. Um, if either of these guys can play, 13 and a half is fucking incredible. I think both of them miss. So I'm still going to take the 13 and a half. It's not my favorite play on the board. I'd much rather lay the plus 7.5 with the 76ers. I've got way more confidence in that play than I do this one with the Timberwolves because I could see their offense going cold. The Spurs going on a big run like they always do, 15-0, 16-3, 20-5 run type deal. And next thing you know, they've got the spread covered. So I wouldn't be surprised to see that outcome. But if this defense can continue to play like they played last series against the Nuggets, and Rudy Gobert is the type of player he can bother Wemby some. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Gobert play some good defense against Wemby, keep him quiet. So then it turns into a guard play matchup. Who's going to win the guard battle? And I just do like these guards over here defensively, more than offensively, but defensively to be able to quiet these guys down a little bit. I think it's going to be a good game, plus 13 and a half. I would also look at the under 217. I think that it's going to be a lower scoring game. We expect this to probably be a 115 to 115. I think this is more down in the range of like 108 to like 105 when it's all said and done. Or if it turns into a blowout, probably 92 to 110 type deal. So, but that's where I stand, guys. Take a look at the under 217 and a half on the under, and then Timberwolves plus 13 and a half. I'm going to take the points to open up the first round or second round, I should say. All right, guys, signing off. Book the one way. Let's cash some slips on Money Monday. If you found this content useful, just go ahead and drop a like. Also want to know in the comments, who do you got? Are you taking the Timberwolves? Are you taking the Spurs laying 13 and a half? Are you thinking that the Knicks are going to beat the dog shit out of the Sixers in this opening game one? You know, let me know in the comments. Go ahead and let me know. If you want my premium plays tomorrow, use the code word money. You just go to the descriptions tab, click on my Winible link, buy one of the package with code word money. All right, y'all, signing off. See you next time. Let's get it.